And good afternoon for those tuning in on KDSJ-TV, as it's another broadcast of the 2025 Allen Tellinghuisen Senior Legion Tournament right here on KDSJ-TV. Clayson Davis in the Monument Health Orthopedic and Sports Medicine broadcast booth, as we're just going to get right on rolling ahead of schedule, and we're going to stay ahead of schedule, as this game's supposed to start at 5 o'clock. First pitch was right at around 4:40, so about 20 minutes ahead of schedule, but we're going to keep on rolling. Douglas Cats from Douglas, Wyoming, trying to punch their ticket to the championship, and they're taking on Belle Fourche post 32 Bronx here in the second game on KDSJ-TV's coverage of the Allen Tellinghuisen Senior Legion Tournament. And that was out number 2 for the Cats, as they started off the contest with the bats alive and well, and they've already got a run across home plate, and they take a 1-0 lead, as now the full broadcast team for the Allen Tellinghuisen Senior Legion Tournament. Clayson Davis, Paul James joining me in the Monument Health Orthopedic and Sports Medicine broadcast booth.
Greetings. I have no idea what's going on.
I don't either.
Runner stealing.
So a runner all the way down to third base. The Cats from, again, Douglas, Wyoming, made the championship last year in this tournament. Now trying to get right back to that championship, as we got a chopper that bounced right in front of the pitcher for Belle Fourche. Able to throw to first, was right there, and Belle Fourche able to get through the inning after allowing 1 run and 2 hits for the Bronx. And now that there's a little bit of a pause in the action, we can finally figure out what on earth is going on.
Oh, okay. Did a little bit of early start time tonight on this one. Again, when things roll, you can you never know when you're going to have a rain delay like last night, which then allowed everything to kind of end on time and begin on time, especially by the last game. But tonight here, I just looked at the radar. Doesn't seem to be any threat of any rain. And this night was the night where there was a higher chance of rain than yesterday. So go figure.
Yeah,
you just never know what you're going to get.
Usually what happens.
Yep.
But bottom of the first inning now, and starting pitcher for the Cats is, I don't have my, need to get my, there we go. Pitcher is Malachi Lennon, number 27 for the Cats, and we're just going to go ahead and zoom through our Dana Dental Arts starting lineups, being brought to you by Dana Dental Arts in Spearfish. Let our family care for your family. Again, there wasn't much of a pregame show, as pretty much right when Paul and I got here, they were throwing the first pitch.
Oh, all right. Yeah.
So, yep, pretty much got seated, and we started rolling. Well, we're going to go through the lineup order for Belle Fourche. They'll lead things off with Gavin Pearson, center field. Next will be Graham Vanderboom. He normally hit in the bottom of the rotation yesterday. Now he starts off in the second hole hitter. He's at third base. Harvey Walding's your catcher. He's third. Kane Howard, he is batting fourth. He is the shortstop. Uriah Hamilton, first base. He's batting fifth. Nolan Wallfeld, he's playing right field this contest. He's batting sixth. Tate Thompson is batting seventh. He is your second baseman. Carson Hawley batting eighth. He's your starting pitcher, and batting ninth, that is Rafe Parmeter, and he is left field.
There you go. You got through it.
I also am more familiar with Belle Fourche's roster than I am with Douglas.
Indeed.
So, lead off for Belle Fourche. It's going to be Gavin Pearson, center field for the Bronx. Again, already trailing 1-0 on the Junix Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram scoreboard. Malachi Lennon, your starting pitcher for the Cats. Starts off the ball and a strike now. 2 balls, 1 strike for the leadoff hitter from Belle. As we have now we're dealing with another element in the Northern Black Hills that we haven't seen a lot of, wind. As here's a shot that goes clear back to right field for a base hit for Gavin Pearson. Leadoff single for the Bronx.
That's exactly what Belle Fourche needs now after surrendering that run in the top of the first. Get one right back here if they can. as Belle Fourche, they played 2 games yesterday. They only have to play 1 today.
Yep,
so
only 1 today.
Save it all up for today. There's a strike in the outside corner.
This is Graham Vanderboom, third base. Normally batted in the bottom of the order, him and Wafel. Now Vanderboom moves up to second in the order. Had himself a stellar performance versus Spearfish post 164 back on Tuesday right here on KDSJ-TV. And there's strike 2 to Vanderboom.
And the nice pitch on the outside corner is he's pounding that spot there. As long as you get it, go for it.
Again, this is the final day of the pool play for the Allen Tellinghuisen Senior Legion Tournament. After today, we'll figure out where all the teams are seated and figure out who will be eligible to play in the championship tomorrow afternoon at around 2 o'clock. There's a strike, and Gavin Pearson thought about stealing third, but wisely stays at second, so he goes from first to second. 1 ball, 2 strikes for Vanderboom, no outs. As again, dealing with wind here, brisk breeze blowing across the diamond from right to left on the radio, on your TV screen. And catching that outside corner was Lennon, and he strikes out Vanderboom looking. That's out number 1 for the Bronx.
Another great pitch there, and if you're going to be getting those strike calls as you stand in the box, you better be ready to hit too. And there's a pitch that missed a little bit further outside. So
Lennon trying to keep home right on that outside corner of the strike zone. That's where he got Vanderboom. Here's Harvey Walding, the catcher for Belle Fourche. Lennon checks second. No one standing on base. Here's the throw to Walding, and he shoots one out toward left. It got a hold of the wind. It's going to go clear back to the fence. Walding, it's going to go as a double one-run RBI double for Harvey Walding, and the Bronx tie up the ball game here at the bottom of the first.
Yeah, that one fooled the left fielder as he kind of came up on that and realized, whoa, this thing is going. Had a little bit more oomph behind it than maybe he thought, and he just turned and ran back to it. You're right, it went all the way out to the warning track.
So Belle Fourche tying up the ball game at 1 apiece on a one-run RBI double by Harvey Walding. And it's 1 apiece on the Junix Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram scoreboard with just 1 out for the Bronx. And now here comes Kayan Howard, the shortstop. There's that outside corner again from Lennon.
And just file that away in your head. You're seeing that on deck. You're seeing that in the dugout. Now you're in the box. You got to figure out how to do something with it. Now that one there was a little bit more of the plate maybe than the pitcher wanted there, Lennon, and of course the batter was ready.
Catcher is for the Cats, Kosh Lenzen. So Lennon the Lenzen for the Cats as Howard fouls that one on the inside of the bat and out of the ballpark. 0-2 count to Howard. Walding there sitting at second. Just 1 out. Belle Fourche, 1 run and 1 hit here at the bottom of the 2 hits, that is, at the bottom of the first inning. As now we got a timeout at home plate by Howard. Lennon taking his time on the mound. Gets the pitch he wants, checks second. Walding away from second. Here's the throw, and there's a dropped third strike that goes clear back to the wall. Howard's putting on the gas, and he will get to first base on a dropped third strike.
And also the runner advances to third for Belle Fourche as well, too. So that was twofold. As there's enough foul space behind home plate to allow the runner to reach, and you didn't get any help. Sometimes that ball comes all the way through and it hits the concrete at the base of the stands and it bounces right back towards the catcher, but not that time.
Here's Uriah Hamilton, your first baseman for the Post 32 Bronx. Was starting pitcher in Game 2 of yesterday's coverage of the Allen Tellinghuisen tournament and sends that one to the moon. Now you got to catch it in the wind, short of second, able to make the play. And that's out number 2 as Hamilton pop flies out to second.
And the runner gets back to first, runner back at third as well, too. So first and third here with 2 out now. I'm kind of curious to see if Belle Fourche tries anything here with the first and third situation to try to steal the runner or leave him stay put there or what.
It's going to bring up Nolan Wallfeld.
And there
right
is a
field.
steal.
Throw to second is going to be there in time. That was right on. That was almost at the same time as well. Howard and the shortstop for the Douglas Cats.
It was there in time, but still safe. So, and the runner stays put at third for Belle Fourche as well.
Shortstop, Caden Robinson, almost making the pickoff attempt. 2-0 to Wallfeld. 2 outs, runners on third and second. Belle Fourche tied with Douglas here 1-0 as now Wallfeld sends that one down the line. It's a fair ball. That's going to score 1. Now here comes Howard, going to go home. It will not get there in time as that will bounce off the home plate. So Wallfeld adding 2 more runs for the Broncs. They now take a 3-1 lead here at the bottom of the first inning. So he shot that one straight down the first base foul line.
Thought there was going to be, and there very well could have been a play at home there had that throw not been in the dirt, but the catcher unable to dig it out, and Wallfeld comes up big with the big hit down the line and scoring 2, a couple of RBIs.
So now we're discussing our favorite color and celebrity crush with the Douglas Cats head coach. This afternoon's umpires. Do you know who this afternoon's umpires are?
I don't know Teddy's last name. That was Teddy, the base on the bases, and then it's Tony Sieber behind home plate. So whatever the discussion was had something to do with something out on the base paths or out on the field. Nothing to do with balls and strikes. So
it's tonight's law, well, this afternoon's law on the field, brought to you by the South Dakota Attorney General's Office Division of Consumer Protection. Is now we got another RBI single for the Broncs as Wallfeld is able to make the trek home from second base. That was Treg Thompson with a single as Wallfeld makes it now 4-1 on the Junix Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram scoreboard.
And just like that, the Broncs are here to hit. And they are doing just that as there's a throw over to first and the runner gets back. But putting some points on the board in a hurry.
We're going to go to the pitcher. Carson Hane swings and misses. He swings low for strike 1. 2-0, 2-1 count. Thompson away from first. Throws inside on Hane, and now we're at 1-1 count.
That one way outside, so 2 balls, 1 strike.
Again, Douglas with a quick 1-run first inning. Belle Fourche has responded with 4 runs. As now Hane sends that one back toward my car. Actually lands at the top of our Monument Health Orthopedic and Sports Medicine broadcast booth.
That's good. We got a nice solid roof here. We don't have to worry about nothing here. But some of the places we've been, it's only been a little thin layer of vinyl in between us and the ball. Not today, though.
Also helps the wind as well in this cement broadcast booth. Here's a pop fly up towards shortstop. It's there for the catch. Shortstop making the play for the Cats. That's Kosh Lenzen getting through the inning for Belle Fourche. Well, for the Cats. Belle Fourche taking an early lead as we get started here with Game 2 of the Allen Tellinghuisen Senior Legion Tournament here on KDSJ Sports. Going to the top of the second after this short break here on KDSJ-TV.
Come with me now. Come with me now.
Collision Repair has built their reputation by offering the highest quality, guaranteed repairs in the area. Satisfied customers returned again and again for everything from collision repair to custom paint, glass and windshield, and the best hail repair in the region. They're preferred by most insurance companies and work with all of them. Jake's Collision Repair of Spearfish and Sturgis. Give them a Google today for the best repair on your vehicle, guaranteed.
Monument Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is everywhere you need us to be. On the sidelines, supporting our local athletes, at our clinic locations throughout the region, and at our Ortho Express walk-in clinic when you don't have time to wait. We're here when you need us, working as a team to make your comeback stronger than ever. Getting stronger, getting better, getting you back to your best self. The life of an athlete has its uncertainties, wins and losses, injury and recovery. In the Black Hills area, athletes can always count on Monument Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, here for whatever moves you.
Well, we're back in our Monument Health Orthopedic and Sports Medicine broadcast booth. The Black Hills official sports medicine provider to several schools here in the Black Hills, as well as Northeast Wyoming, where the Cats called the state of Wyoming home. Eastern, almost kind of right in the middle of the state of Wyoming. Top the second inning, Cats, they were ahead 1-0, and that was a memory of distant past as they now are trailing by 3. They're going to lead things off with the first baseman for the Cats. That is Brody Kurd. Do you know how to pronounce this last name? Paul and I has been struggling with last names this.
I would say Kerr.
I'm going with Kerr.
How are you? What are you saying, Ryan? Care? Okay. So Care.
Yeah. Again, for the folks from Douglas watching on KDSJ-TV, drop a comment in the comment box either on Facebook or on YouTube. So
you can
we
correct us.
We don't sound too much like idiots.
No. Yeah, you can correct us. It's okay.
So Care, first baseman, as we go run through the lineup real quick for Douglas. We have Knight, the right fielder, leading off. Kosh Lenzen, shorts catcher, as that ball is fouled out of the ballpark. He's batting second. Caden Robertson is batting third, shortstop. Noah Olstad, he is batting fourth. Jacob Williams, the DH, he's batting fifth. Brody Kerr, who just set one out toward center. It's going to be a base hit for Brody Kerr, or Kerr, whatever we said it was.
Let's pick one. Let's go with Kerr.
Kerr is easy to remember. Watch it. It's Kerr?
Yeah.
It's Kerr.
All right. Hey. All right.
Perfect. So Kerr with a leadoff single. Thanks to the folks that made their way all the way here to Spearfish from Douglas for correcting us right below us. So Brody Kerr, he is batting sixth. Now it's going to be Jason Freeberg. Wonder if he has Free Bird as a theme song. Sounds similar. It'd be cool.
That would be good.
That'd be a walk-up song. He is your center fielder. Then it's Coulter Lewis batting eighth. He is the left fielder. And then batting ninth is Ruger Merritt. He is the second baseman.
A couple of pitches ending up high there. Actually now 3-0.
And starting the pitcher for Belle Fourche, Carson Hawney. He throws back to first. Hamilton able to reach out and glove the ball so it doesn't go for an error. But 3-0 to Freeberg. There's the throw. It's low and outside, so Freeberg will take a stroll on over to second. So with runners now at second and first for the Cats, trying to claw back into the game, trailing 4-1 here at the top of the second inning with no outs.
Well, at this rate, it will be a high-scoring game as now there's the first pitch high, two on and nobody out. So
this is Coulter Lewis.
And a swing and a miss, that one right down Broadway.
Of course, also want to thank Jake's Collision Repair for giving us our 30-second pregame show. Black Hills home team for collision repairs at 4415 East Colorado Boulevard in Spearfish and off exit 32 Junction Avenue in Sturgis. Here's a fielder's choice to second for 1 out. And now we got an error. And that's going to go for another run for the Cats, as there's a lot going on that I didn't quite know what was entirely going on for a second, if I'm being honest. But it was a hit over to shortstop. He wanted to make the play at first. I believe there was an error at first, and then a throw home from first to the catcher was also not in time. So the Cats able to add 1 run here at the top of the second inning. They only trail by 2.
And yeah, 4-2, runner on second now with 1 out. Now here's a little slow roller towards third. It's picked up, and there's nowhere to go with that. So an infield hit.
That was Merritt, the second baseman, with the hit. So now with runners in the corners and 1 out, we're back to the top of the order for the Douglas Cats. We're going to bring up Nano Knight, and now making the play to second, and there's the out.
And a good throw down there as first and third situation. Coming up firing and definitely in time. Good tag, slap tag there. Easy to see that was an out. So out number 2.
Good job by Treg Thompson, working with his catcher, Harvey Walding, to make the play. And now Nano Knight is down 0-2 with 2 outs.
And bad pitch there and coming home. And that is going to be an easy score from third as the pitch bounced away. And catcher just had to try to run that one down and just had no hope of getting it in time to stop the runner from third scoring. 4-3 now. No lead is safe tonight the way it looks.
Exactly. So this could be a pretty high-scoring game. So now we see a shot that's fouled out toward the right field foul line. You can hear the wind start to pick up a little bit here with our external mics, part of KDSJ-TV. 1-2 count tonight, 2 outs. And Hawley throws another ball, deuces across the scoreboard. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, no one on base. Lenzen on deck for the Cats, and there's a check swing that Knight did not check up in time, and that will be the 3rd out of the inning. So, Douglas, they start to crawl back into this game after trailing by 3. They put up 2 runs at the top of the second. They now trail 4-3. Defense for the Cats comes up next here on KDSJ Sports.
No matter what life throws in your direction, Dana Dental Arts in Spearfish reminds you to make you and your family's dental health a top priority. Putting off small problems now can lead to big ones later. We are small enough to feel like family, but big enough to bring you the latest technology. Before your lives get too hectic with school, sports, and other extracurricular activities, schedule a comprehensive exam now. We love our patients. Celebrating 50 years of dentistry in Spearfish.
Let our family care for your family.
Whether you've lived here for years or if you're new to town, everyone wants to know the best place to buy a quality pre-owned car, truck, and SUV, or where to go to have your current ride kept in shape. Brandon Kemp here from Superior Auto Solutions in Spearfish. Need new tires? We got them, all major brands. Your brakes squeaking, or do you just hear something that's not quite right? We can help. Or maybe you're looking to upgrade to something a little more suitable. Well, you came to the right place. Superior Auto Solutions on Colorado Boulevard in Spearfish, or find us online at superiorautost.com.
Make
Clayson Davis and Paula James here at the Monument Health Orthopedic and Sports Medicine broadcast booth.
Bottom of the second inning, 4-3, Belle Fourche leading Douglas. Allen Tellinghuisen tournament, so Belle Fourche is what now in this tournament? They are 1-1, correct?
Yes, 1-1.
And
this is their
Douglas,
last game.
Do we know what Douglas is?
I was getting ready to look.
There's a swing and a foul tip to the glove for strike one.
This is Rafe Parmeter for the Bronx. The Cats come into this contest 9-13 on the season.
There's a swing and a chopper.
Parmeter over to second. Will it get there in time? Yes, it will. Good play by the Cats. 6-3 for the out. Take a look at that one on our Tropical Smoothie Sports replay. Good job by the shortstop, able to collect that ball, field it cleanly, throw it over to third, there to make the play and get the first out. We're back to the top of the order now for the Bronx. As this is Gavin Pearson. As the Cats started off this contest with a win over Clark Willow Lake 10-9 in a close contest yesterday to start the Legion tournament. This is their first game since. Now we got a foul ball out toward left field.
Goes out of play.
As the Cats, they had 7 hits, while Clark Willow Lake collected 14.
Whoa.
That one just a bit outside. He tried the corner and missed.
Oh, my.
But Clark Willow Lake in that contest yesterday had 14 hits versus the Cats. But the Cats able to come out of the inning and strong first inning and a strong third inning helped keep Douglas ahead of Clark Willow Lake, and the Senators couldn't do enough to beat the Cats in game 1.
There's a walk, 1-out walk. So Vanderboom has a chance here to get a little something done on offense. First pitch, a strike on the outside corner.
Vanderboom in the contest. He has a hit for the Bronx. Bronx so far with 4 hits. The Cats, 3. This is lining up to be a similar contest for Douglas as they was in game 1 when they escaped with a 10-9 win over Clark Willow Lake to lead off the tournament. There's a ball that bounced in between the catcher's legs, so Pearson, who was just walked moments ago, will scamper over to second. Still with 1 out and a 1-1 count to Vanderboom, who's your third baseman for this contest. This is Belle Fourche's last game. Each team here gets 3 games. The Cats will play Spearfish tonight. Here's a ball that shoots in between second and short. It's just going to be a single, but that puts runners in the corners for Belle Fourche, still with 1 out. Now here comes Harvey Walding, and he helped clear the bases last at bat to help the Bronx put on a 4-run bottom of the first inning. Now he's got runners in the corners with just 1 out to work with.
See if Belle Fourche tries to steal here as well. Again, first and third, and they do.
And now we're throw to home is not going to be there. That's going to be a run stolen as Gavin Pearson steals home for the post 32 Bronx.
I don't know if I got this or not. So the catcher came up and actually threw it down to short, and then short came home and just didn't get quite there in time, and the ball came out of the catcher's glove anyway, so safe at home for the Bronx.
That also moves first base up to second, and the score on the Junix Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram scoreboard reads 5-3. As Walding shoots that one up to the sun, pitcher calls fair catch, and he couldn't make it.
That one there, you want to let either your second baseman or your first baseman get that, as the pitcher did call off first base. Second kind of stood back there and watched, probably more in their neighborhood than anything. And that's what happens when you got somebody trying to drift backwards, trying to catch that. That's a tough angle. Easier to come in on a ball like that than it is to go back.
So Walding, technically 2 for 2, but that's going to go down as an error.
Yep.
So he's 1 for 2, but with an error. Kayan Howard, he is 0 for 1. He's your shortstop. With Pearson sitting at, Vanderboom sitting at second. And Harvey Walding now making home at first. Thank another one of our sports sponsors, including Fisher's Sand and Gravel, for sponsoring KDSJ Sports.
And that one drifts out of play.
Two-one count with 1 out for Kayan Howard, Uriah Hamilton, Nolan Wallfeld on the deck. Still 1 out for the Bronx. And here's a drive out toward left. It's going to be a base hit, left field, able to make the play, and that's just going to be a standing single for Kayan Howard, but the bats continue to stay hot for the Bronx as the bases are loaded for first baseman Uriah Hamilton. See if he can do more damage for the Bronx.
Yeah, big spot here for Hamilton. Again, Belle Fourche already with a run across here in the bottom of the second, and base hit here easily could score 2. We'll see what Hamilton can do. Picking off the outside corner.
Lennon's up to 41 pitches. For the Cats.
There's 2.
As Hamilton looks at strike 1 and strike 2. Oh-2 count to Hamilton. Base is loaded. Here's the throw, and that's inside. Hamilton swerves out of the way. I know you really don't want to get hit by the pitch.
But that's a run.
But that is a run. So 1-2 count now to Hamilton.
Doesn't feel too good to get hit in the arms or the fingers or the...
Hamilton sends that one high, and coming in is center. He's there to make the play for the outs. Now the throw to home is not going to be there in time. It's actually going to bounce against the backstop, scoring a run for the Bronx. And runners advance to third and second.
Yeah, costly try to come home there as the center fielder was able to field it, but the throw up the first baseline, and then it gets away from the catcher and allowing everybody to move up. So now 6-3 is the score on the Junix Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram scoreboard.
Each team's able to respond. Wallfeld sends that one left. That's going to be a base hit for Nolan Wallfeld. Now will score Harvey Walding, a 1-run RBI single for the Bismarck College baseball athlete.
So Wallfeld been coming up big in a lot of these situations. Now we're going to have the conference at the mound.
Score is now 7-3, excuse me, on the Junix Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram scoreboard, and runners are in the corners with Howard sitting at third, Wallfeld sitting at first. To help get a better idea of this contest, let's quickly lay the foundation to this matchup. That's being brought to you by Heiserling Concrete. Give them a call at 605-210-2320. Belle Fourche 1-1 in this year's tournament, 5-3 on the season. As I started off this week beating Spearfish on Tuesday before they beat the Billings Expos in Game 1 on KDSJ-TV. 8-5, lost to Clark Willow Lake in Game 2 from yesterday's coverage, and now they're taking on the Cats. Cats, this is their second game. They beat Clark Willow Lake yesterday 10-9. Again, from Douglas, Wyoming. Pitcher for that contest, getting the win for the Cats, that was Knight. And that's kind of how we have a better idea of what's going on here on KDSJ-TV.
Now we got a standoff here. The runner off. And the runner off third, and Everybody just gets back to the bases. So first was kind of trying to give themselves up almost. I mean, trying to allow the runner from third to score. And the operative thing you want to do if you're Douglas is make sure the guy at third stays at third, and they ended up chasing him back.
So Walfeld maybe using his experience.
He ends up at second.
All the way up at second. Again, almost wanted to give himself up to let the runner score. When it's all said and done, Walfeld pretty much stole second. So now that's going to bring up Tate Thompson. Belle Fourche with 3 runs here at the bottom of the second inning. 3-7 ball game on our Junix Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram scoreboard. One more game coming up tonight, and that is a Spearfish taking on these same Douglas Cats.
Inside, so that's going to walk him.
And load the bases up again for the Bronx. So the bases loaded up for your starting pitcher for the Bronx, Carson Hawley. Lennon, first throw is in the dirt, 4 ball. And I will give credit to Lennon. He's got the coolest mustache I've seen of any kid with this Legion tournament.
And that next pitch a little bit high. He looks to be getting a little frustrated out there on the mound. Things not going how he hoped. That one way inside. And the pitch count is mounting for Lennon.
Lennon now up to 53 pitches.
Just the second inning. That one's still too high as well.
That's ball 4, and he's going to walk with the bases loaded, adding another run for the Bronx. Now leading by 5. It's 8-3. As Kayan Howard makes it home. Walfeld at third, Thompson at second, Hawley at first. Now here comes Rafe Parmeter, and he stares at strike 1.
Lennon able to get it back in the strike zone there, but trailing by 5, although we've seen both teams put up runs in a hurry and get base runners in a hurry. There's strike 2. Make one big pitch here to get out of this.
0-2 count. Here's the throw, and there's a swing and a miss, and a bar meter goes down in 3 straight strikes.
So that's going to do it for Belle Fourche, but not before they put up another 4 spot in the bottom of the second inning. We come back with the top of the third. Douglas coming to bat in the Allen Tellinghuisen tournament right here on KDSJ-TV. We're back after this.
Better, easy with Tropical Smoothie Cafe in Spearfish. Just because you're in a hurry doesn't mean you can't eat better. Made to order smoothies, wraps, sandwiches, and flatbreads that instantly boost your mood. All with delivery available. Plus, check out all the different flavors of smoothie bowls, salads, and even breakfast items. Located off I-90 exit 14 on Platinum Drive, just down the hill from the Holiday Inn. Eat well, live well at Tropical Smoothie Cafe in Spearfish.
Quality food at a fair price. That's what you expect, and that's what you'll get at the Millstone Family Restaurant in Spearfish. Perfect for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or to grab a bite to eat before or after the game. Choose from daily specials, and a trip to the fresh soup and salad bar is always a hit. Plus, the Millstone can accommodate larger groups, like buses or your next meeting in their private party room. So, if it's just you and a friend or the whole team, get a great meal at a great price. The Millstone Family Restaurant in Spearfish.
Top the third inning, Belle Fourche adding 4 more to their run total. They lead 8-3 on the Junix Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram scoreboard. Clayson Davis and Paula James in the Monument Health Orthopedic and Sports Medicine broadcast booth here in Day 2's coverage of the Allen Tellinghuisen Senior Legion Tournament on KDSJ-TV. And we're back in action. And leadoff hitter for the Cats. And
nobody there.
It's going to be a leadoff single for the Cats. Leading things off was Robertson, Caden Robertson, the shortstop, first to reach the base.
It'll be a courtesy runner there. We see the ball bounced over to second.
Excuse me, that was Lenzen with the hit. Here's Caden Robinson. The 2s and the 3s look very close, and plus the white numerals on the white jerseys. Kind of hard to see up here when you have as good as vision as I do. The Cats in the white unis with the blue pinstripes and the white numerals. Kind of look sick-looking uniforms in my opinion, as the courtesy runner for the Bronx, that is Tegan Boyson. He's able to steal second. So now with the runner in scoring position, here's a shot out toward left. Lands right in front of the left field, and that's going to put runners in the corners for the Cats, trying to, again, crawl back into this contest, trailing by 5. So Lenzen and Robertson both with back-to-back hits. It's going to bring up Noah Olmstad, third baseman for Douglas.
Like we said, no lead is safe here, as now there's a drive out to left.
It's going clear back, and that's going to clear the fence.
That is gone. That was a drive and a 3-run shot. As I didn't think it had that much carry on it, but you could see the left fielder for the Bronx turn and look back, and that was it, over the wall in left field by the scoreboard, and there is a 3-run shot. Bam, just like that, it's 8-6.
Like you said, Paul, no run is safe. So Olmstad clears the bases, and now we're going to do it all again with Jacob Williams, the DH, and still no outs for the Bronx. For the Cats. As that ball bounces off the ground for ball 1. Kerr and Freeberg up next for the Cats. I believe that's the second ever home run on KDSJ-TV. Nope, take that back. Third ever home run. I believe Max Speed from post 320 had the first ever home run, and then Cody Chapman at the ending of last season set one that similar spot. Of course, he also had a pretty strong wind at his back to help him out, if we're being completely honest.
If you're being honest.
Which you could say the same for Olmsted.
Yeah,
wind is blowing to that left corner of the ballpark.
Yeah, you get one up there in the jet stream today. You can see the flag out in left field is outstretched pretty good, and it ended up to the left of the scoreboard over there. So
here's a full count, and there's a strikeout after falling behind 3-0. Hani able to battle back when throws 3 straight strikes on Jacob Williams, and that's out number 1.
Boy, Belle Fourche sure needed that after surrendering 3 of the 4 they just scored. They scored 4, and now here's a shot over towards second. Going to be a tough play, and nope, can't even pick up the ball there. Gets down in that grass, and you think it's going to come to you, and it just dies. And so you got to go pick it up and then try to glove it, and no such luck.
It's going to bring up Bodie Kerr, first baseman, as the Cats starting to pile up the hits. They're at 7 on the contest. Belle Fourche has also got 7.
Yeah, both teams getting after it here today. Already 14 runs on the board in the top of the 3rd.
Easily the highest scoring game we've had so far. And the Cats scored 10 versus Clark Willow Lake. They also allowed 9. So the Cats, explosive offense to kind of help with the defense. They again trail by 2. We're only in the top of the 3rd inning.
There's a lot of game left. There's a lot.
Here's a 3-1 count to Kerr. No, excuse me, this is Freeberg.
And the pitch high. It's number 20.
That was Freeberg, yep.
Freeberg. So that's going to be a walk, and now runners on first and second with 1 out. So I apologize. Did you say what is Douglas's record in this tournament? 1-0.
Yep, 1-0. They were 9-13 on the season. 8-13 coming into the tournament. So now Douglas up to bat is Lewis. He's 0 for 1. Swings and misses. That's a foul. No one moved, so I'm assuming that goes as a foul.
Yep, if he would have missed it, I'm sure we would have seen base runners move up. So 0-2 now.
Coulter Lewis, the left fielder, who's had a busy day on defense just due to the wind. Here's a shot over to third. Good for outs. Throw to first is not going to be there in time, but it's Will Fourche, the second out for Belle Fourche. Keeping runners at first and second. It's third baseman Graham Vanderboom making the play. Here's the 9-hole hitter for the Cats, and that is Ruger Merritt, second base. As Hawney now up to 59 pitches in the contest. Of course, Bronx, last game of pool play as that shoots off the mask of, I believe, the catcher.
Rattle your teeth. And the Cats just one good hit away from getting closer in this contest there. There's a good pitch by Hawney. Now 2 strikes.
0-2 count to Merritt. 0 for on the day so far was
ooh, boy.
Walked
Nice
in
curve.
now. Curveball. Let's take a look at that one again on our Tropical Smoothie Sports replay from Carson Hawney.
Just dropped it right there. Catcher didn't even have to move the glove. So it's hit, but Douglas able to put another 3 on the board. They got 6. Belle Fourche sitting there with 8. We go to the bottom of the third. 8-6 Allen Tellinghuisen tournament on KDSJ Sports. Back after this.
American Colloid, a minerals technologies company, is not only part of the community we live in, they are the community. Bentonite clay, mined right here in our own backyard near Belle Fourche in Colony, Wyoming, provides a contributing factor to this area's economic success. This unique product has a huge range of uses, from the main component in cat litter to health and beauty products, pharmaceuticals, and more. It's all produced right here in all of our community. American Colloid Company, working together, winning together.
For over 10 years, Allied Construction has been a trusted name in the Black Hills, providing top-quality construction services to our local community. We take pride in being a local business with deep roots in the area. With an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau, you can trust us to deliver exceptional results on every project. Our team is dedicated to providing personalized service, ensuring your project gets the attention and expertise it deserves.
Check out their website today. Click alliedconstruction.com or find them on Facebook. It's not one, but 2 great locations in Spearfish to gas up and get what you need on the go. Exit 8 and Exit 14 Speedy Marts offer everything you need so you can get in and get out and get back on the road. Find your favorite snacks and a cold drink, or maybe something fresh from the kitchen or in the cold case. It's all homemade right here. And Exit 8 and Exit 14 offers top-tier fuels from Phillips 66, so you get the most from your transportation. Exit 8 and 14 Speedy Marts in Spearfish. Right off the road, right on the money.
Well, after we had a little long of a break on KDSJ-TV, you missed 1 swing and 1 out from Graham Vanderboom. Oh, excuse me, that was Gavin Pearson. This is Graham Vanderboom.
Yeah, a little shot down towards first. First baseman able to take that one himself for out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Kerr able to make the play as that ball is hits the catcher, not able to field it cleanly. 1-1 count with 1 out for Vanderboom. 1 for 2 on the day. And Vanderboom shoots that one towards short, able to collect it. Throw the first is there for out number 2. The Cats really starting to solidify that defense here at the bottom of the 3rd inning.
And they need to. They need to grab a couple of more runs to get back in even with Belle Fourche on this one. So quick couple of outs is exactly what Douglas needs. And again, Douglas 1-0 in this tournament thus far. Belle Fourche 1-1.
Belle Fourche really can't afford to drop this game. And now here's Walding.
Tough play here, maybe.
Short chopper to short. The ball is there for the out.
Picking it out of the dirt.
That was Kerr making the play at first as Robertson with quite a few plays here at the bottom of the 3rd inning, able to make the play. So the Cats able to make quick work of the Bronx here at the bottom of the 3rd inning, heading to the top of 4 after this short break on KDSJ-TV.
You see them everywhere. That's because Heinzerling Concrete of Spearfish is the most trusted name for everything from driveways, sidewalks, decorative stamp patios, and of course, foundations. Heinzerling Concrete is proud to support the activities that help our area youth build their foundation for future success. Whatever the job, Heinzerling Concrete is the name you can trust. Google Heinzerling Concrete in Spearfish or call 210-2320.
Beef Logic, Inc. is proud to sponsor South Dakota's high school and collegiate athletes this season as they work alongside their partners at the South Dakota Beef Industry Council to deliver the Build Your Base Sports Nutrition Program at local high schools and colleges around the state and the country. Are you looking for a simple, easy-to-follow program that can help you and your family optimize performance both on and off the field of play? Check out buildyourbase.org and learn why beef continues to be the premier protein for athletic performance and recovery.
You just got
Day 2 of Allen Tellinghuisen Senior Legion tournament action on KDSJ-TV. Again, if you missed the previous 4 games from our broadcast from Spearfish or Belle Fourche, you can rewatch those broadcasts for free on our YouTube channel at KDSJ-TV on the Live tab. And for more sports updates for the Northern Black Hills, follow us on Facebook at Black Hills Gold Hits. KDSJ, top the 4th inning. Belle Fourche, 3 batters, 3 outs. They had no runs to the 3rd inning. Now the Cats trying to crawl back from this 2-run lead. They were down by as many as 5, and that was a distant memory from earlier as they put up 3 runs here at the top of the 3rd. Here they are in the 4th inning facing Hani, and there's a bunt attempt from the Cats. Nano Knight was the starting pitcher yesterday in that win versus Clark Willow Lake. Leadoff batter, he tried going for back-to-back bunts and did not work back-to-back tries, and he's behind the count 0-2 for the leadoff hitter for the Cats in his 3rd rotation through.
He's going to be swinging here. We'll see. And a swing and a miss is strike 3.
So leadoff hitter goes down for the Cats. Here comes Lenzen. Lenzen, he is 2 for 2 on the day with a run scored. Cats with 7 hits in the game. And Hani throws low and inside. Fall down the count 1-0. Hani now up to 66 pitches, now 67. That's ball 2.
Gave up that big 3-run bomb the last inning as well.
Home run from Olmstad. 3-0 now to the Cats and Cash Lenzen.
And 4 straight pitches. 4 balls.
It's Cash Lenzen. On our sheet, it has Kosh.
Oh, it does?
Well, maybe it's an A, but I'm not going to judge anyone on their penmanship because mine is not much better.
Well, there we go. We got a courtesy runner coming out for Lenzen.
Courtesy runner in question for the Cats. That is number 10, Tegan Boyson. Throw back to Boyson. Not quite there in time. Uriah Hamilton doing work there at first base. Colt, here is Caden Robinson.
And he was hit by the pitch. Is that correct?
I believe so.
Yep. Yep.
So, 2 on, no outs, and 1 out, and here comes Noah Olmstad, who sent a ball yard last time he was in the batter box. In a similar situation, and he stares at strike 1.
Just like that, Douglas able to get 2 men on base, and again, just 1 out. So we got a situation here where they can get back in this in a hurry. And now we're going to see a steal, and I believe safe. Yep. That looked like a pretty good call. I think the runner was in below the tag, and both runners advance now, second and third.
So 2 runners in scoring position, no outs. Cats down by 2. Olmstad down on the count, 0-2. Swing and a miss. Olmstad goes down for strike 3, out number 2.
Big dude there.
Here's the DH, Jacob Williams. 0 for 2 on the day so far. Starts off swinging and missing for strike 1.
Golden opportunity here for Douglas to tie this thing up, although I don't think the scoring is done yet by any means. That one high and outside, a ball and a strike.
What on earth was that? Oh, that was cool. Another ball down and outside. 2-1 count. Now to Williams. Karen Freeberg on deck. Getting runners at third and second. There's that outside corner. Just caught the edge of it was Hani. 2-2 count, 2 outs, 2 on base. Hani throws, and there's a chopper that goes straight to third. Fielder's choice, throw to first, there in time. Yes, it will. Will that put a run on the board for the Cats?
It will not.
It will not. So after scoring galore the first 4 innings of work, well, first 3.5 that is, back-to-back half innings where there's no run scored. Still 6-8 on our Junix Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram scoreboard. The Broncs are batting up next.
For over 20 years, there's been a better alternative for car repair in Spearfish and the Northern Black Hills. It's Auto Doctor, with their 2 ASC certified mechanics who each have over 40 years of experience and their state-of-the-art facility. They'll treat your vehicle like it's theirs. From mechanical repairs, brakes, alignments, tires, AC work, and more, Auto Doctor also provides advanced diagnostics. From Audis to Volkswagens, if your car is ill, we're the pill. Auto Doctor off Exit 14 Heritage Drive, Spearfish.
The Goldust Casino invites you to try the new menu items now being offered at Maverick Steak and Cocktails. Watch the action as you dine inside the Goldust Casino with tables overlooking the gaming floor. Enjoy over 210 of the newest slot machines and table games in Deadwood. And use your club card for great discounts at the 2 hotels right in the middle of the action. Get reservations today by calling 605-559-1400 or visiting goldustdeadwood.com.
Well, back-to-back half innings where no one has scored.
That's kind of strange.
Especially after we had 14 runs before the end of the 3rd inning.
That was 3 half innings in a row where nobody scored after a lot of scoring. So
two half innings. We're in the 3rd right now. This is bottom of the 4th.
Right. Bottom of the 3rd, no score. Top, bottom of the 4th. Oh, you're right. We haven't done the bottom of the 4th. You're right. I'll catch up.
I'm just going to have this minor victory that I out-baseballed you once in my life.
A little slow.
Here's a shortstop for the Cats making another play. It is there again, and Robertson from the Cats, busy all day, and he just continues to make plays, and he forces the first out of Kayan Howard for the Bronx.
Isn't that funny how sometimes, I mean, you can have a position like shortstop, and they can stand there the entire game and never get a ball. And then there's games where you get every one.
Hamilton shoots that one over third. That's going to be a base hit for the Bronx. So after a quick out, Hamilton able to shoot one over the third baseman, lands in front of left, and Hamilton now sits on first. Here comes Nolan Walfield, who has not missed a ball yet today.
Well, be ready as Walfield looks at a ball outside. The first pitch delivered to him.
Still 8-6 on the Junix Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram scoreboard. Game 2 coming up after this one between the Cats and Spearfish post 164. So Walfield stares at that one down the pipe for strike one. 1-1 count with one out, runner on first. Bronx up by 2. As we're passing the halfway point of this contest, Walfield reaches and misses for strike 2.
So ball and 2 strikes on Walfield now.
Lennon throws inside, ball 2. The wind again blowing across the ballpark from right to left.
I have a feeling that, Walfield went for a outside one there and was not able to make any contact at all with that one as we take a look at that on the Tropical Smoothie Cafe replay there. That one well off the plate, broke slightly away from Walfield, and he swings and misses.
It's going to bring up Treg Thompson, and he starts off with a strike as Lennon found the bottom outside corner.
Found a good spot there. Let's see if he can keep hitting that.
He's gone to that spot a few times this contest. And he's really settled down when he's able to find it. There he is again for strike 2.
Yeah, that's a tough spot to hit, and if you can hit that as a pitcher, then keep going there. So quick 2 strikes.
2 outs. Hamilton goes. Thompson sends that one out to the left. It's not going to stay within the field of play, and good hit ball that just sails too far to the left and is fouled. So still an 0-2 count for Thompson. Belle Fourche still up by 2. Hamilton sitting at first. Lennon throws back to first, and Hamilton just has to take about 2 steps to make it back on first.
He didn't have much of a lead there.
0-2. Here's the throw. And this one's shot up clear in the sky. It's going to be on the infield. Here's the second baseman able to make the play. That's Merritt. And that retires the inning. So, after what seemed to be a batting practice for both teams, the defenses start to come into form. As now it's 3 straight half innings with no runs scored. Cats back up next to bat as we head to the top of the 5th inning right here on KDSJ-TV.
Imagined, it can be created. Eaton Construction and Belle Fourche specializes in site development for your next commercial project. Size is no issue. Earth moving for grading on any level. Utility installation for single projects or entire subdivisions. Whatever the project, Eaton Construction has it handled. Gravel hauling, construction of roads from scratch and down to basements. You know who you need for the job. Eaton Construction. Call 605-210-2223 today. That's 605-210-2223. No matter what life throws in your direction, Dana Dental Arts and Spearfish reminds you to make you and your family's dental health a top priority. Putting off small problems now can lead to big ones later. We are small enough to feel like family, but big enough to bring you the latest technology. Before your lives get too hectic with school, sports, and other extracurricular activities, schedule a comprehensive exam now. We love our patients. Celebrating 50 years of dentistry in Spearfish.
Let our family care for your family.
Well, the defenses have now come to true form for both the Broncs and the Cats. Top of the 5th inning, still a 6-8 ball game in favor of the Broncs. As Carson Hawney still on the mound for post 32.
Bring Fido. Bring your dog to the park day today.
Oh, apparently I didn't get that memo.
Spud would have enjoyed himself here.
Spud would have been running around like a kid in a candy store.
Yeah.
People, and then there's little white things flying around the ballpark to be able to chase.
You'd go after the cotton?
Well, that and the baseball.
Oh, the little white, yeah.
And the cotton, too, knowing him. He has the attention span of a goldfish. 1-1 count for the leadoff hitter for the Cats. Swing and a miss for Kerr, who was 2 for 2 on the day. He's now behind the count, 1-2. Jason Freeberg next, as that was a ball that was closely in the zone.
He had a notion, but he held up.
Here's a shot that goes straight out towards second and does not make the play. Was Treg Thompson. It looked good. It almost looked like Treg was able to glove it backhandedly like we saw Jack Scharf last night for Spearfish, but just a bit high, and Brody Kerr now 3 for 3 for the Cats, and it's a leadoff single for Douglas. So here comes Freeberg. Not Freebird. Freeberg, though it sounds close, and I'm going to go with it.
Mm-hmm. Ball straight back.
So Freeberg, 1-1.
Actually, you know, with the breeze today, it's a bit of a breeze. It's not horrible. It's not totally taking your attention away from the game. Unfortunately, tomorrow might be a different story.
Tomorrow, it's going to be a little bit breezy.
A little bit windy tomorrow.
Which I guess for Douglas, they're in eastern Wyoming.
Yeah.
This is a normal Saturday for them.
I was going to say, or as they call it, Sunday.
Yeah.
Because, it's...
If you still got shingles on your roof, it's not that windy of a day.
It's not that bad.
If you're missing half of your house, slight breeze, as that foul ball came right back in the broadcast booth.
Did it go over the top of it?
It went over the top, but I didn't think it was going to go by much. So a 2-2 count to Freeberg. Also sends that one out toward the parking lot over the Monument Health Orthopedic and Sports Medicine and broadcast booth.
Well, if you'd have caught it, we would have let you get a sucker out of the bucket over there.
Freeberg now sends that one out to the bullpen and fouled. So Freeberg, 3 straight foul balls, staying at a 2-2 count. Up next for the Cats is Lewis and Merritt.
Good
Low
job.
and outside, ball 3, full count. No outs yet for the Cats here at the top of the 5th inning.
Good job laying off that curveball by Honey. Let it go outside.
Payoff pitch, popped high up into the sky. Coming in is second base, and he makes the catch. That was Treg Thompson. He couldn't make the play on the first batter, but makes the play on the second batter, forcing the first out.
So holding steady here at 8-6. After the flurry of scoring to start the game here, Douglas continuing to trail by 2. And the first pitch to the batter is a strike.
Coulter Lewis, left field, 0 for 2. Only 3 walks for Hani so far, and Lewis sends that one high into the sky, back against the net, and Walding, they're able to make the catch for out number 2.
Yeah, he didn't even drop his mask on that one. He just held it and made the catch.
Routine play for the backstop for the Bronx. Here's the bottom of the batting order for the third time for the Cats. This is Ruger Merritt. Merritt 0 for 1.
And not quite. Not quite. It was close, but not quite.
So Kerr scampers on over to second. Stolen base. 0-1 count to Merritt. Swing and a miss. Outside pitch from Hani. Strike 2. 0-2 count to Merritt. Cats down to their last, Merritt down to the last strike for the inning. Throw. This one is hit.
Fouled off
behind the concession stand.
There's a swing and a miss.
Look at that one on the replay. That outside corner being kind to both pitchers for the Cats and the Bronx. Well, it was a 14 total runs earlier in the game, and now it's turning into a pitcher's duel. We head to the bottom of the 5th in a 6-8 ball game on KDSJ-TV.
Whether you've lived here for years or if you're new to town, everyone wants to know the best place to buy a quality pre-owned car, truck, and SUV, or where to go to have your current ride kept in shape. Brandon Kemp here from Superior Auto Solutions in Spearfish. Need new tires? We got them, all major brands. Your brakes squeaking, or do you just hear something that's not quite right? We can help. Or maybe you're looking to upgrade to something a little more suitable. Well, you came to the right place. Superior Auto Solutions on Colorado Boulevard in Spearfish, or find us online at superioroutosd.com.
Make eating better, easy with Tropical Smoothie Cafe in Spearfish. Just because you're in a hurry doesn't mean you can't eat better. Made-to-order smoothies, wraps, sandwiches, and flatbreads that instantly boost your mood, all with delivery available. Plus, check out all the different flavors of smoothie bowls, salads, and even breakfast items. Located off I-90, exit 14 on Platinum Drive, just down the hill from the Holiday Inn. Eat well, live well at Tropical Smoothie Cafe in Spearfish.
Grayson Davis, Paul James in the Monument Health Orthopedic and Sports Medicine broadcast booth. Carson Hani leading things off for the Bronx here at the bottom of the 5th inning. Thank you to more of our KDSJ Sports sponsors. That includes American Colloid Company, Eaton Construction, Fisher Sand and Gravel, Wolf Plumbing and Heating, American Colloid Company, as well as Exit 14, Exit 8, Phillips 66, Low Roofing in Whitewood, as well as Pillon Optical in Rapid City. Lemon,
pitch there.
His 5th inning of work.
How many pitches?
77 now for the Douglas Hurler. Here's a base hit. That's going to go out to the right, left field, that is. So a leadoff single, and they're going to go ahead and run. And Hani with the single, and then when the Cats weren't paying attention, ended up stealing to second.
Yep. Not watching, not paying attention on the relay. The cutoff man missed the ball on the throw-in from the outfield, and base runner definitely paying attention to that. So it skips by the shortstop, and that ball is still live, and there he goes.
So a single and a steal for Hani as Rafe Parmeter.
And now a quick throw. Didn't quite make it down there in time, but
Hani is living on the dangerous side of life here at the bottom of the 5th inning. He's like, I'm a pitcher in this pitcher's duel, and I'm tired of not putting up runs.
Trying to make something happen here as Douglas trying to bunt the runner over to third.
This is Parmeter with a bunt. Nice bunt. Lands right there for the pitcher. Throw to first. Was it there in time? No, it is not, and it goes by first. That's going to score 1 run. Parmeter is going to go all the way to second. So a sac bunt that ended up working out for the Bronx resulted in another run scored as Carson Hani circles the bases.
You see the bunt. Pitcher comes off and throw is off the mark up the line, and everybody's a running.
That was almost teach tape on how you lay down a bunt, as that just died right in front of the left foul line. And the pitcher had to come up, throw to first, and then an error at first base was enabled Parmeter to run to second and Hani to run home. And here comes Gavin Pearson.
Now a throw down, and I think he's out. Yep. No slide there. Kind of an odd thing if you're going to steal third. Here we go down to third with the throw, and it looked like he just kind of lost his footing, lost his balance, came off the bag and was tagged, and he is out.
So that's the first out. After Parmeter on that sac bunt was able to get 1 run scored. Now the Bronx, no one on base. Back to the leadoff man, Gavin Pearson, who's 1 for 2.
Just inside.
Left-handed batter for the Bronx. Lemon now up to 84 pitches in the game. 2-2 count, 1 out. Pearson throws, and finding that outside corner. This time on the left-handed batter for the Bronx for out number 2. So, here comes the boom with Graham Vanderboom, the third baseman. Again, with Vanderboom, you about have to play baseball.
There's a strike. Nobody on base right now.
Or football.
Yeah.
Boxing, maybe.
Or he could be the meteorologist on the nighttime news. We could go to Vanderboom for the first look at the weather.
It gave the kid a possible career choice.
Yeah.
When he rewatches this on KDSJ-TV.
Mm-hmm.
Future I can't even say the word anymore. Future weatherman Graham Vanderboom now at a 2-1 count, 2 outs. Meteorologist, there we go.
Mm-hmm. 9-6 is the score.
Oh, yeah.
I'll have you change that. There's a swing and a fly ball as that one heads out towards right, and that's fair.
So Vanderboom, and he biffs it at second. Can he get back to first in time?
Nope.
He cannot.
Nope, he is out. Oh, no. Rounding first, heading to second, and the spikes failed him. I think we missed that on the camera.
Yeah, he just biffed it when he was trying to make it over to second, lost his balance, and then had no choice to escape back to first, and first base couldn't not get there in time.
Well, happens to the best of us. And Belle Fourche able to get a run across in the bottom of the 5th, go to the top of the 6th. Still probably a little more scoring left in this one. 9-6, Belle Fourche leading Douglas. We'll be back after this on KDSJ Sports.
From a company and are now being billed for not choosing them. Many contracts have what's referred to as a contingency agreement. These typically state that if you don't go with them, you, after insurance has approved the repair work, will be charged a percentage of the job they quoted. Ask up front if they charge to provide an estimate. Never sign anything that you haven't fully read or understand. If you have any questions, reach out to the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division at 800-300-1986.
Vehicles today are complicated and expensive. The professionals at Junix Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram in Spearfish are here to guide you through everything automotive. From cars, trucks, and SUVs to parts and repairs, Junix takes the confusion out of automobile ownership. Enjoy the ride with Junix Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. Family owned since 1931 on West Jackson in Spearfish.
It is summertime in the northern Black Hills, which means 70-mile-per-hour winds coming up tomorrow.
Yep, and grab your jacket. It's summertime.
Yeah.
And, it's you just never know. They were supposed to get a little bit more heat next week. Supposed to be in the mid-70s on Monday and the 80s on Tuesday. So it's coming. This wet weather can leave us as fast as it showed up.
Yeah. As the past 2 months, I think I can count on one hand the amount of days it hasn't rained.
Yeah, I know, right?
Up here in Spearfish and in lead. Top of the 6th inning in a 6-9 ball game as a new pitcher for the Bronx. This is Gavin Pearson, center fielder, now on to bat. Hawney now moves over to right field. Nolan Wallfeld sets up in center field. As this is Gavin Pearson. We saw him at game 1. Nope, we saw Howard game 1 versus Billings Expos.
Okay.
I believe it was either Howard or Pearson, either way. Pearson has had some experience on the mounds. He starts off 2-1, throws a bit high. Ball 3. Leadoff hitter for the Cats is Nano Knight. 0 for 3 for the Douglas Cat. There's a strike found by Gavin Pearson.
Full count here.
Cats, 6 more outs to get 3 runs. Full count payoff pitch, swung on and missed.
That was a good pitch. Ended up on the outside corner. And Knight went after it, but not able to make any contact. Good spot right there on the outside part. Catcher set up outside. He hit his target.
So first out. It's going to bring up the catcher for the Cats. Number 2, Cash Lenzen. And he is 2 for 2 on the day so far with a walk.
That one a little bit high and inside.
Pearson now up to 7 pitches. Carson Hawney pitched 5 innings, allowed 8 hits, 6 runs, 5 of them earned, 3 walks. Has done just enough to give Belle Fourche a 3-run lead. 1-2 count.
Ooh, inside.
High and inside. Lenzen had to duck in order to not get beamed in the face. So now 3-1. 1 out for the Cats. Lenzen shoots that one high out towards center. Coming together is Wallfeld to make the out. As both left and center came together, and a lot of times you'll see the outfielders combine and the ball will drop right in front of them.
That's sometimes scary. That can be a big old collision out there, but they just missed each other. There's a swing and a miss.
This is Robertson, Caden Robertson, the shortstop, who defensively has been the MVP for the Cats. He's made a multitude of plays, especially in that pitcher's duel in the middle of this contest. Robertson, contact with shortstop. Will he get there in time? And that ball was caught by Hamilton.
That was a nifty job by him to kind of almost act like he missed it and put the tag right on the runner, but the runner stayed within the line. He did not show any attempt to go towards second, so he is not out in that situation.
So still 2 outs and a runner on first. Here's Noah Olmstad. Struck out last time, home run the time before. That helped keep the Cats in the game. He chops this one down towards short. Short forced to second for the out, and the top of the 6th inning is retired.
That was a quick inning as 0 is put up on the board by the Belle Fourche Bronc defense. Now their offense comes out on the field. 9-6 they lead over Douglas. Getting close to the end of this one at the Allen Tellinghuisen tournament. Back after this on KDSJ Sports.
Quality food at a fair price. That's what you expect, and that's what you'll get at the Millstone Family Restaurant in Spearfish. Perfect for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or to grab a bite to eat before or after the game. Choose from daily specials, and a trip to the fresh soup and salad bar is always a hit. Plus, the Millstone can accommodate larger groups, like buses or your next meeting in their private party room. So, if it's just you and a friend or the whole team, get a great meal at a great price. The Millstone Family Restaurant in Spearfish.
American Colloid, a minerals technologies company, is not only part of the community we live in, they are the community. Bentonite clay, mined right here in our own backyard near Belle Fourche in Colony, Wyoming, provides a contributing factor to this area's economic success. This unique product has a huge range of uses, from the main component in cat litter to health and beauty products, pharmaceuticals, and more. It's all produced right here in all of our community. American Colloid Company, working together, winning together.
Bottom of the 6th inning in a 6-9 ball game on KDSJ-TV. Game 2 of Day 2's coverage of the Allen Tellinghuisen Senior Legion Tournament. Doing every single Belle Fourche and Spearfish game for the Northern Black Hills in KDSJ-TV, your hometown stream for your hometown team.
There you go.
Harvey Walding, catcher and leadoff hitter for the bottom of the 6th inning for the Bronx, up by 3 and trying to add some more insurance runs to put more pressure on the Cats at the bottom of the 7th. Walding shoots that one high toward first. Catch is there. Out 1 is complete. Take a look at that quick on our Tropical Smoothie Sports replay. First baseman, Kerr, able to just track it down. The wind has died down a tiny bit. Still maybe enough to make it
a little iffy.
A little bit of a problem, but when it's right there in the infield, not super hard to track down. Kayan Howard, the shortstop, 4th in the batting rotation. As Malachi Lennon now up to 91 pitches, coming dangerously close with that pitch count limit, as there's a swing and a miss by Howard, who's now behind the count 0-2. Lennon gets the pitch with the throw, and Howard sends this one out to the left. It don't have the distance. Left field's there to make the catch and retire the out quickly for the Douglas Cats. Nope, that was out number 2. I was thinking that was out 3. So never mind, as I remember how to count. Uriah Hamilton back up to the batter's box. Hamilton's 1 for 2 on the day.
A little bit outside. As we look at the scoreboard, there's a heck of a lot more zeros to the right than there was to the left. Huh?
It was a batting practice to begin this contest, and then both pitchers started to find their stride. Lennon still in the game for the Cats, now up to 96 pitches. It's a 1-1 count to Hamilton, 2 outs.
There's a one-off look, sounded like the good part of the bat, but throw to first for the out.
Now the inning is retired, and guess who made the play? If you'd guessed Mr. Roberts, Caden Roberts from the Douglas Cats, you'd be correct.
You would be.
Another.
Oops, hit the wrong one.
Oh, we got it.
There it is. We take a look at that on the replay. Yep, right out to short. He's just gobbling them all up out there. So nice strong throw to first. No doubt about that. We're headed now to the top of the 7th. Belle Fourche leading. They get to bat one more time, even though they're leading top of the inning. And then Douglas will have one more shot to tie this thing up. 9-6. It's KDSJ Sports coverage of the Allen Tellinghuisen tournament. We're back after this.
Whatever the weather, Wolf's Plumbing and Heating keeps you in the comfort zone with expert heating and air conditioning repair or replacement from American Standard Mitsubishi. For over 70 years, Wolf's Plumbing and Heating has delivered quality service to the Northern Hills and Northeast Wyoming. When you need timely, expert service for heating, cooling, or plumbing, call 605-642-5755 or search Wolf's Plumbing and Heating and stay in the comfort zone.
Fisher Sand and Gravel of Spearfish supports community and school athletics. Plus, they support community development with services in and around the Black Hills. Fisher is an aggregate company headquartered in Spearfish with 2 local commercial quarries in Beulah and Newcastle, Wyoming. They sell all sizes of aggregates for commercial and individual projects from a pickup load to thousands of ton. Whatever you need, Fisher Sand and Gravel, proud supporter of all community, college, and high school athletics.
Top of the 7th, last chance for the Douglas Cats to put on 3 runs to extend this contest. Gavin Pearson, the closer in his second inning of action, starts off with a low ball. He's going to go up against Tegan Boyson, pitch hitter for the Cats, and for Williams, the DH. Boyson shoots that one past Hamilton, and that will be a single as that flies all the way back to right field.
I don't think it would have mattered much. Nobody was covering first. If you look over there, the pitcher was still on the mound. Both second and first went for the ball, and it ended up in right field. So lead off, single.
Be the 7th run for Douglas if Boyson circles the bases. Now here comes Brody Kerr, first baseman, who is 3 for 3. Checks up at the last moment, and that is ball 1. Carson Hawley pitched 98 pitches for 62 strikes. Pearson's second inning of action. Here's a shot out towards right. Coming together and making the out this time is Carson Hawley, the starting pitcher of this contest, now playing right field. Coming in to make the play, as both him and Walfeld have had a conversation. Walfeld was also right there. So that's out number 1. Douglas, 2 more outs to get 3 runs. And now we're in a pickoff attempt, and it's good.
Ooh, boy. Not what you want to be doing when you're down by 3 is getting guys picked off the base. So we'll take a look at that. A good move there as the runner went, and then the throw and the tag right as he went by him.
Douglas down to their last out. No one on base. As Pearson, right when he wound up, the runner ran. Pearson threw it to Hamilton, threw it to second, and now swinging and missing twice is Freeberg.
That could decide this game much more quickly because of that. And there's strike 3 on the outside corner to wrap this one up as Belle Fourche outlasts Douglas 9-6 in this one. All the scoring in the first 3 innings, it seemed like. Not much after that. 1 run after that. So the final again, 9-6. Belle Fourche winning over Douglas. We'll take a 2-minute break. We'll be back to wrap this one up and get you ready for the next on KDSJ-TV.
Good luck to all teams and athletes competing in today's game.
For nearly 50 years, Low Roofing Incorporated has been the trusted name in commercial roofing across western South Dakota and eastern Wyoming. Family owned and operated since 1975, they bring quality craftsmanship and reliable service to every project, big or small. From repairs to new installations, Low Roofing Incorporated covers it all. Protect your business with the experts who care and products that last. Call 1-800-658-4543. Low Roofing Incorporated, building a legacy of trust, one roof at a time.
This year marks the 50th anniversary of Pillin Optical. Since 1974, Pillin has dedicated its business to serving the community with quality eye care at a great price. The inventory has grown, giving you the widest selection of frames while maintaining the best prices for your family eye care needs. Your family is special, and Pillin Optical wants you to enjoy every minute clearly with them. After all, at Pillin Optical, quality eye care and customer service is the most important thing next to your sight. Pillin Optical, family owned for 50 years, 409 Kansas City Street.
Jake's Collision Repair has built their reputation by offering the highest quality, guaranteed repairs in the area. Satisfied customers return again and again for everything from collision repair to custom paint, glass and windshield, and the best hail repair in the region. They're preferred by most insurance companies and work with all of them. Jake's Collision Repair of Spearfish and Sturgis. Give them a Google today for the best repair on your vehicle, guaranteed.
Monument Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is everywhere you need us to be. On the sidelines, supporting our local athletes, at our clinic locations throughout the region, and at our Ortho Express walk-in clinic when you don't have time to wait. We're here when you need us, working as a team to make your comeback stronger than ever. Getting stronger, getting better, getting you back to your best self. The life of an athlete has its uncertainties, wins and losses, injury and recovery. In the Black Hills area, athletes can always count on Monument Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, here for whatever moves you.
6-9, the final on our Junix Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram scoreboard in Game 2 of Day 2 of KDSJ-TV's coverage of the Allen Tellinghuisen Senior Legion Tournament on KDSJ-TV. Clayson Davis and Paul James giving you some high school Legion baseball on KDSJ Sports as Spearfish post 164 starts to warm up, wearing the baby blues for Game 3 in the nightcap on KDSJ-TV.
Yep. Down there doing their pitching stretches with the rubber bands on the fence and getting ready to go as Spearfish 2-0 in this tournament thus far. Try to make it 3-0 and end up in the championship again this year. And the team that just fell to Belle Fourche now is 1-1. They have to win to have any shot at getting to the championship. Likewise, Belle Fourche now, they ended up at what, 2-1?
2-1.
So they need to win. I don't know if they have any hope of making it to the championship since the team that is also 2-1 is who they lost to. So
yep.
Either way, Spearfish wanting to make it back to their own championship game in the Allen Tellinghuisen. They are got to come out strong. So to wrap this one up, though.
Yeah, wrapping this one up, Belle Fourche 6-9 win over the Douglas Cats. It was a batting practice to begin the contest.
For both teams.
Yeah, I mean, Douglas with 1 run in the first. Belle Fourche responded with 4. Douglas then with 2 runs. They had to fall behind a 3-4. Then Belle Fourche added another 4-run bottom of the second inning. It was 8-3 at the end of 2. Douglas added 3 runs to come back to within 2, making it 6-8 at the top of the third. Then 1, 2, 3, 4 half innings where no one scored, as it was 14 total runs before the third inning ended and nothing since. Belle Fourche added 1 more run at the bottom of the 5th, and then neither team did much of anything on the offensive side of the game the rest of the way, and that's how Belle Fourche escapes with a 9-6 win over the Douglas Cats. To tell you how it all happened, the Cats opened up the game in the first inning after Caden Robinson singled, scoring a run. Belle Fourche captured the lead at the bottom of the first when Harvey Walding doubled, scoring 1 run. Nolan Wallfeld doubled, scoring 2 runs, and Tate Thompson singled, scoring a run. Belle Fourche added to their lead at the bottom of the second when the Douglas Cats committed an error. Uriah Hamilton hit a sac fly as Walfield singled down the left field line, and Carson Haney walked, each of those scoring a run. Douglas Cats scored 3 runs to top the third after a home run to left field by Noah Onstad. Meanwhile, for the Bronx, Carson Haney earned the win from the mound as he gave up 8 hits and 6 runs, 5 earned over 5 innings, striking out 7 and walking 3. Malachi Lanin took the loss for the Cats as he went 6 innings, giving up 9 runs, 5 earned on 11 hits, striking out 5, walking 3. Gavin Pearson for the Bronx collected the save. As the Bronx had 11 hits on the game, Walfeld and Graham Vanderboom each collected 2 hits. Walfeld went 2 for 3 on the plate and led the team with 3 runs batted in. As well, Pearson stole 2 bases. The Cats had 10 hits in the game. Olmstad in the middle of the lineup had that home run, and he had 3 runs batted in. He went 1 for 4 on the day. Robertson and Brody Kerr collected 3 hits for the Cats. Kerr went 3 for 4 on the day. Cash Lenzen collected 2 hits for the Cats at 3 at-bats. Robertson and Tegan Boyson stole multiple bases for the Cats as well, as they tallied up 6 stolen bases for the game. Time to name our player of the game, being brought to you by Superior Auto Solutions in Spearfish, and back-to-back Bronx with superior performances, and that's Nolan Walfeld, the right fielder, who ended up also playing center field for the Bronx, is our superior performer versus Douglas, as Walfeld went 2 for 3 at the plate today. He also had 1 run and 3 RBIs, which helped the Bronx keep out in front of the Cats throughout the variety of this game.
Yes, and Walfeld out there in center field as well, running down some fly balls, and of course always a force, always for years has been a force at the plate for Belle Fourche, and he showed why he is today, getting those RBIs and those big hits. And so there you go, another superior performance for Nolan Walfeld.
As Walfeld again added his name again to the list of June's superior performers. May's voting is still open on our website at KDSJ980.com, where you can vote for your favorite superior performer for the month of May. And the winner will have $100 donated to his or her school's team or athletic fund for their school. As I don't think we're missing anything else. We still got another game tonight.
We do.
Join us here in, I'd say, about 20 or 30 minutes for Game 2.
Something like that.
Or Game 3 between Spearfish Post 164 and the Douglas Cats, a rematch from last year's Allen Tellinghuisen Legion Tournament Championship. And both teams in must-win situations. Spearfish needs a win to solidify their spot in the championship. Meanwhile, Douglas needs to win to have a chance in making it back to the championship. And that's coming up here in about 30 minutes on KDSJ-TV. And again, if you miss any other live sports broadcasts, you can rewatch all of our live broadcasts on KDSJ-TV on YouTube. And also for more sports updates, you can follow us on Facebook at Black Hills Goldheads KDSJ. For Clayson Davis and Paul James, we'll see you guys in about 30 minutes for the final game of Day 2's action of the Allen Tellinghuisen Senior Legion Tournament Championship in Spearfish. Spearfish Post 164 and Douglas doing battle next on KDSJ-TV